Hello everybody, this is TransArt, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the TransArt Metal Jungle Metal T-Rex figure, which is of course a third-party company version of Beast Wars Transmetal Megatron. So as unfortunately I don't have any more TransArt figures to do comparisons with, I have of course got some mainline figures which we can do some size comparisons, and of course to give you a bit of an idea of scale with Masterpiece, mainline, and indeed some of the other figures that are a little bit like him. But as I say, unfortunately I don't have any other figures from TransArt. And again, thank you to Shozy, which is where this came from. As you can see, nice and safely. The box is beautiful, and also thanks to you guys, as I say, because obviously my code on Shozy, which if you want to get one of these, I will leave a link in the description, and my code is of course ToysRUs, all one word. This is giving me the opportunity to do things like this, review figures that I know people who watch this channel would like me to review, and indeed for myself to get an experience on these. So again, I've not seen any reviews on this, I've just seen some images of him. I remember when I did my weekly updates, exactly that, showcasing this figure quite a bit. So I've got no idea. Wow, gloves. You can see no idea what's going on here. That can't be to hold him with, surely. Do you know what? Maybe it is, because of course he is metallic, so maybe you don't want to leave fingerprints all over him. So he is, wow, he's packaged in robot mode. I had absolutely no idea rather. We've got a sticker sheet, we've got loads of things. What I think I need to do now though, clearly, is just take him out of this and come straight back to you. Okay then, so I've set him free from the packaging, and wow, that's literal I can say at the moment. This guy is huge, he looks spectacular, and I'm going to definitely have to do my homework with this guy, because there just seems so much going on with him. The instructions, again, unfortunately, this is a big problem I think with third-party companies, and I appreciate, you know, people don't use paper anymore, but we've just got something here where I can scan a QR code, which I'm going to have a look at in a second. We've already seen the collector's card there. So there's two tails, they are both absolutely massive. They've both got loads, oh, I was going to say articulation on them, which they still have. That's it, they move around. We've got a claw there, we've got some different faces, and I've just quickly seen how to change this, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you a few of the accessories and a few of the things that you can do with him before we go into the articulation. So I've took the head off, and then you can of course just push the face part through like so, and you can see there's a little hole on the top, so you can change it for any one of these faces. To be honest, let's have the angry looking one, so let's just pop that in there. That should, as I say, just fit in. This is brand new, so it is all sort of quite fiddly. There we go, no problems. Now I also believe there's some LED lights on here. I'm going to see if I can work out how to get around to doing that as well. So there's the head going there. Now also there's some, I suppose you can say, storage in this as well. So on the inside of the huge tail, this also comes with some extra, I think they're fingers, they look like fingers that are on the little claws there for the main T-Rex mode. So it comes with them, you can pop them into them holes there, but you've also got, again, tiny little I suppose dowels there, and if you remember, there's a little cutout on the back of the head, which means that you can store everything inside the tail. So there's the two heads spare, and of course the four fingers, you can put them in there spare as well. So that's a brilliant little add-on. I do think that the gloves are, because it is of course very metallic. The figure itself though, let's see if we can see this. So the head sculpt is beautiful. You've got full articulation, it'll go all the way around. It does have a bit of a look up and down as well. The shoulder pads will lift up to enable you to go all the way out to the, will they go out to the side? Yes, they're just on ratchets. That's just a little scary, so they go all the way out to the side. They can go around as far as they're not being restricted, so you can sort of move this up, obviously spin it around, but of course they do get in the way. You do have a giant waist swivel, but again it's on a ratchet, so that's scary. There's also an ab crunch-ish, but it does look like you are unfortunately cutting him in half, so it's not the greatest. There's a shoulder swivel as well underneath, you can see there. There is a bicep, I need to lift everything up, this figure's massive, I'm going to give you an idea of how big he is in a minute. The elbow joint will go all the way back. There is a wrist swivel, and as you can see, you've got articulated fingers and hands. This is incredibly posable. The legs will, let's see how far they'll go out to the side. Yep, they'll go out to the side as well, all the way out. They'll kick all the way to the front. One thing I do want to say is this feels really robust. There's a lot of die cast. I can feel this, especially in the toes and in the legs. Yeah, that's die cast, that's die cast. The wheel's die cast. The knee bend will kick all the way back there. There's clearly an ankle tilt, well, a toe tilt and rock. Just so much going on with it, and as I say, it's massive. I'm going to attach the other parts in a second, but I just want to give you an idea. Is that going to balance? I'm really paranoid about this because I think that when I put the rest of the accessories on him, he's going to balance a little bit better. Obviously, he's just got his hands at the moment, but again, if you're like me and you normally only collect mainline, this was the leader class transmetal Dragon Megs, which is just about up to his, I suppose, chest cavity, and then chest. Then you've got Masterpiece Yukikaze, who again is waist height. So this is a huge figure. This comparison will mean more when we go to the other mode, but this is of course using the old Megatron. I say the Kingdom Megatron mold, but this is just the Jurassic Park version. So that gives you an idea of just how big this is. We've also got this accessory, which again will look like it'll fit into, is it going to fit into one of these? I'll have a proper look in a second. Now, what I have seen, again from pictures, and I think it's from Bang Motion, and he's brilliant, you've got these tabs here. So what we're going to look, see there, I suppose rectangle shapes on the side of the hands, sorry, in the side of the forearm there is pretty much, of course, the exact same cutout. So what I'm going to try and do is just line these up. If it doesn't go straight in, then I may have to pause the video and have a go doing it myself, because again, this is all completely new, and I'm sure you don't want to see me spend ages or hours trying to be fair, that went in quite easy. I was expecting it to be a little bit more difficult than that. There is with the small arm on. The turbines, if I move this out of the way for now, the turbines on this, look, can you see how they're reflecting? Beautiful. They do spin around. These are huge, absolutely massive. As I say, the feet are die cast, beautiful reflective metallic purple. Oh, there you go. Perhaps it wasn't all the way in. I'm going to very quickly just see if there's another way to attach everything else. I want to be as thorough as I can with this, and as I've openly admitted, this is completely new to me. So let's have a quick look. I'll get this reattached and see what we can do with the rest of the things. Right then, so I've managed to click the tail on fully, and I've got to, I suppose, quickly correct myself as well. I thought these in the packages were just extra fingers, which they do actually look like, but what they are their guns. So what we've got here, again, it's going to be really hard trying to show you because of just how big this figure is. So if I can balance this, no, that's still a little bit off. Let's bring the camera down ever so slightly. So there we've got the top of the shoulder, which is where the claw for the robot is. So I can pull these claws out, pop these into position as well. They're just on ball and sockets like so, and this is going to give us a gun appearance. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to rotate this up. As I say, these are of course the Tyrannosaurus little claws, and you can just pop these into there, which is great. And let me just show you a few other things that I've found whilst quickly watching. And again, full props. Oh, I've just knocked the one finger out. To Bang Motion for doing the video. I suppose, yeah, just a couple, it's part of the instructions now. I need to readjust the camera again, but there we go. So these now are like a gun, which again, obviously they're not fingers, so correcting myself and apologies for that. Right, I've also got this to clip on fully, which is no problem whatsoever. It did just need a few seconds of me to actually reach around the camera and clip that into the places that I've showed you. There's a few other things that I want to show you as well. This here is just a counterweight to help you balance and do some crazy dynamic poses. What you can do as well is you can take this claw part off. You can then attach this bit, which is like a bit of a spinning blade as well. This will attach via that port into, oh, everything's so new. There we go. That'll attach in there as well. And of course you can wield that around, and you can see how it holds much better now. Another thing is you can take these wheels, and for some reason, and again I've not seen the program, so please tell me if this is in the program or not, but you can bring these wheels down and it shows you just how robust this is. He will balance on them wheels on just under his calves, and you can push him around like so, which again is great. There's one other thing that I just quickly want to show you as well. You can open up the claw, you can then attach this via there into the claw as well, so we can now even attach that with all this. So I suppose it's a bit like a powered up mode. As I say again, please forgive my, I'm not going to say ignorance, because it's just I've not watched it, so my lack of knowledge on the Transmetal Beast Wars figures. But I mean, look at that, that's huge. He's on the feet, I could roll him right down, oh, standing back up, but as soon as you do that, that just knocked it out of the way. But you can, of course, let me just show you, we can angle the arm up like so and pop this in, and then to be honest, I think that's pretty much going to have covered. Oh, that needs to open up a bit more. Everything's so much more difficult when you're reaching around on a camera. There we go, it's huge. But hopefully, oh, this is giving you an idea of what the robot's like. It is highly impressive. I've also just worked out as well that these do in fact come off like so, which gives you more turbine effect. And look at the detail inside there, you can just see the way it's reflecting. Overall, very impressed with this figure, but I'm pretty sure that is it for robot mode. If there's anything I've missed, I'll come straight back to it, but I just want to now get him in his alternate mode, and let's have a look at this T-Rex. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, he is pretty much in his alternate mode. I just wanted to show you the last part. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. That is to keep the main length of this video down. And again, I've already mentioned him, but his name's Mag Motion, and it comes on the instruction sheet when you get this. And the transformation process he's done is brilliant, and he's done a better job than what I would, and I can openly admit that. But what I want to show you now is just how good it is. It's blown me away, to be honest, it really has. So here is the tail. I've of course put the 4 gun parts, not fingers, in there, and I'm going to bring this out. There's some little stoppers. Now of course the counterbalance is also now going to be where we attach the tail. So what I think is easier to do is if we go with attaching this in there first and foremost, and then you can pretty much see we've got 3 large tabs, which is all going to line up on the back of this like so. Is that all gone all the way in? Now that is absolutely ridiculous. So I've had a quick measure, it's 42 centimeters from tip to tail. It is brilliant. This is all on ball and sockets, or mushroom pegs if you want to refer to it. So you can see it just looks so good. Remember, this is a large tail. That was the small tail stroke arm that we attached during robot mode. That is why there is 2, for obvious reasons. I suppose the only thing is now there's nowhere really to put these apart from back in the box. The figure itself, I mean, look at it. The head sculpt is beautiful. There is articulation in it, as it can look up and down. It'll twist side to side a little. You can see the mouth does open all the way up. The tongue, yeah, the tongue is even articulated a little bit. I thought I broke it, and I've got to confess, I actually thought I broke it. The small arms, as you can see, ball and socket joints, elbow joints, finger articulation, super articulated. Now I think it says to keep these there, but if you just slightly detach that, this gives you obviously a lot more range of motion with this. If I lift this up just to show you, you can see that is of course the main legs, so you can bring this just as far back as it allows you. You can go again right out to the side if you wanted to. You've got the knee bend, you've got your ankle tilt and rock, so you can clip it down. If you clip it right the way down there, you just restrict it ever so slightly. So if you just keep it, it's not even really noticeable. See, it's not fully tabbed in. By having it not fully tabbed in, it just enables you to just spread his leg out a teeny little bit. That one's got stuck, so if I just very carefully separate it a little and now put that out as well, I'm sure you'll agree that that gives him a better stance, much better stance than being 2 straight legs. Just see what I mean there? It's just out. It's not too noticeable. It's not as if it's, you know, miles away and there's huge gaps everywhere. It just gives him a better stance, which again is exactly what we're looking for. So unfortunately, as I've said, no Masterpiece Beast Wars figures at all. This is the same size, just a different deco as your Kingdom Leader class Megatron. This is of course just the Jurassic Park version. Again, with regards to size, I've got the transmetal Megs there next to it, again main line, but even he looks absolutely tiny compared to that. Again, to give you an idea, mainline figure collectors, there's your deluxe side swipe. I've got a core class Optimus there as well, who you can hardly even see. This figure is huge. It's spectacular. It's completely blown me away, and I want to thank you guys again for giving me the opportunity to be able to review this and be able to have a look at it. Now, I do believe there's a third mode, and I've just seen images of this. So this is where you can bring the turbines out like so, and I think that is what the wheels are for. So now we can of course spin this all the way up, bring this down. And I really need to watch Beast Wars and Beast Wars Transmetals, don't I? Beast Wars 2. And there you go. And of course, oh, I was just about to say, but I need to correct that so it locks into place. Oh, that's better. That you can, I've just knocked it typically out of position now. It will, and it does, rotate and rock around, roll about rather. Oh no. There you go. I'm going to keep that in because it wasn't intentional, and it does. You've seen it roll in robot mode, so you can pretty much guarantee or take my word for it. There you go, that it is going to roll. Let's get them turbines back out in this mode. That is crazy. Look at that. Let's just see if I can get that reflecting as good as it looks on the camera. There you go. But again, to give you an idea how big it is, you can see it's bigger than the review station. To be honest, I'm gonna pretty much end it there. I don't want to go on too much about it. I think I've done this figure some justice. I'm totally blown away by it. I'm seriously contemplating now having a look at getting some more of these figures. It is spectacular. I will leave, as I say, a direct link for it in Show Z, where it's on sale now, and that's one of the main reasons why, again, I've got this. So thank you to Ben Williams for allowing me to review it for him, and again, thank you to Show Z, and of course thanks to you guys for watching this. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys. Take care.